morning. It is May 30th. I'm doing this reading a couple of days before June 1st. I'm off to a brain course this morning in Edmonton, so I'm really excited about that. I wanted to get this done before I leave in case I run out of time while I'm up there studying and learning. So this reading is for the month of June, and that's my intention, so it doesn't matter if it's a few days before when I do the reading, it's still going to be all about June. So I'm again drawn to Cheryl Richardson's self-care cards this month. And I think part of it is because I do a lot of self-care. I do chiropractic, I see my craniosacral therapist, I get massage done, I see my naturopath, I get acupuncture done. But I want to remind all of us that as that is self-care, part of self-care is also about going and doing nothing. So taking a couple hours out of a day if you can, or taking off for a weekend if that's available, and just spending time doing nothing, absolutely nothing. Our body needs to rest, our brain needs to relax, and we need to do nothing. And so just try and keep that in mind. I don't know where this reading is going to go today. And we will find out here shortly, but just stop for a few minutes and think about whether it's time for you to spend some time doing nothing and just enjoy that. And if you have a hard time being still and doing nothing and it's hard to turn your brain off, then this is perfect for you, because this is really what you do need. And maybe start with 20 minutes of meditation a day. That really helps slow you down. And in fact, we all should be doing that. If we can't get in that hour or 2 hours somewhere in our week, we should be at least taking that 20 minutes during our day in our self-meditation. So what do we need to know for June? All right. So the first card is called Tenderness. And there's a picture of it. And on the back it says, speak gently to yourself. Cherish the child within. So I just came back from a You Can Do It workshop that Hay House throws. It was in Vancouver, the one I was at. And they really, Cheryl Richardson and Louise Hay on stage talked a lot about speaking to yourself in a loving and kind way. And so I just want to remind you to watch your thoughts. See what's going on in your mind. How many times a day do you call yourself stupid, or think you're unworthy, or give yourself crap for one thing or another? Try and switch those things around. And it's not easy, I know that. I have teenage daughters, and they're in school with a bunch of other teenage people, and it's really hard some days to change their thought patterns around so they're not thinking badly about other people or badly about themselves. And so it's a bit of a process, but over time you'll definitely find the amount of negative talk lessens and the amount of loving talk increases. And that's really when your life starts changing into something different, and you can really start holding love for yourself, and you manage to forgive others for things that they've done to you. You manage to forgive yourself for things you've done to other people or you've done to yourself. The next card is Choice. And I think we've pulled this one before. And this one says, reconsider a commitment. You have the right to change your mind. Now, isn't that something? How often do we can't make a choice, it's difficult for us, or once we make a choice, we feel we have to stick to it because that's what we've always been told. You know, you've made your bed, now lie in it, as the saying goes. So, reconsider a commitment. Is there something you've made a decision about and you feel you need to stick with? Again, this is almost like that negative talk in your head where you feel that's what you have to do. sometimes choice isn't about making the right choice. Sometimes choice is about learning that you've made the wrong choice and being able to get enough out of our ego so that we can change that decision. And not feel like people are saying, but you decided to do that. How can you change your mind? Well, I can't change my mind because it's my choice and it's my life, and I need to do what's healthy and makes me happy. And so if you're dealing with a situation like that in your life right now, think about it some more. Maybe you need to take a look at either making a choice because you've made nothing, and it's better to make any decision than it is to make no decision, even if it's the wrong decision. And I want you to understand that. It's important to move forward in something. We can't sit in the same frequency day after day after day and expect change to take place in our life. It will not. We have to shake it up somehow, whether that's exercising, changing our food, making decisions, getting some body care done, talking to people we don't normally talk to. Something has to change in order to break up the frequency we're sitting at in order for us to advance in life and make things change and improve ourselves in some way. So the third card is Magnificent. Own your magnificence. The world needs your brilliance and your grace. There we go there. Beautiful. I love the pink orbs that are around her. Reminds me of angels surrounding you and helping you in all ways. And that self-care, that love, you know, appreciation of oneself, forgiveness, just taking care of yourself. That's beautiful. And that's really where we're moving towards this. So, you know, changing your thoughts and being more gentle and kind to yourself, and not being hard on yourself when you make the wrong decisions, and just making a decision, and being okay with the choices you make, whether they're good or bad, because they're only choices. You can change them. And the world needs your brilliance and your grace. So sitting around and doing nothing really doesn't bring much forward in this world of yourself to anyone else. We really need to start doing, and we need to start being our truth. And sometimes it's hard to find our truth because it's so hidden inside of us, underneath shame and guilt and frustration and fear and anxiety. And sometimes we have a lot of work to do to release all those emotions out of our body before we can find what our true being is. And for me, I taught Karuna Reiki on the weekend, and I do meditation. It's about finding the shadow self. So a part of you that you don't like, that you've hidden away. And I always do it even though I'm reading the meditation to the group. I usually go through it in my mind and see what shows up so I can clear some stuff out of my way. And what showed up was this little 7 or 8 year old, and she was holding this big kind of, it was almost like a roasting pan of some sort over her head, ready to hit someone because she was so angry. And that's what showed up, was anger for me. And it didn't really surprise me because I'm one of those people that I do really well. I typically don't get angry, but when I do, I blow. So it's like a simmer, 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 blow type of thing. And over the years, I've been able to deal with a lot of it, so it's not usually going to affect other people. I really don't want them to take on my stuff. Although I definitely have. I know I have. But what I realized in finding my anger hidden away is because it's been hidden away, it's like a small child that you push off to the side. They're going to do things to try and get your attention. So all these little blow-ups that I've been having is actually my anger trying to get my attention. Because it doesn't just sit there and I can't just deal with it, it explodes. So you might have some emotion like that just kind of, it surprises you how it just sort of appears out of nowhere and you can't seem to change it. It might be something that you're hiding inside, and you need to do one of these shadow self type of meditations to get to the other side of what it is. So I invited my 7, 8-year-old self into my being, along with my anger, and asked her if she'd like to join the rest of us in blending and melding and integrating, so that when anger comes up, we can deal with it in a much better manner than exploding. Because anger is an important thing. We need to have it in our life. When somebody's making us angry, it really is a trigger that we're in a situation we need to get out of. So we can't get rid of all our anger. It does protect us in some way, or it helps us balance things between individuals or situations that we're having problems with. So it's important that we look at some of these things. And in order to get past them, then we can find our true self. We can find that true magnificence within us that's going to help us become the person we want to be. And it does take movement. We can't just sit around and do nothing. We have to get up and do something. We have to make that choice to get off the couch and not watch TV, go for a walk. Oh my God, you bumped into someone you haven't seen in 100 years. This is awesome. Wow, oh my God, this was really great. Then you start listening to that voice, you know, and you end up in places you're supposed to be, and seeing people or talking to people or learning something or sharing something with other people that's important. And that's when we start moving into our magnificence. That's when we start becoming that person we're meant to be, because we start listening to where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing. And we can start releasing all those emotions that are holding us back, those emotions that are right in our face that are stopping us from moving forward. So I keep getting the message to pull one more card, so I'm going to do that. And we do have a little bit of time left here. Okay, this one. Nature. It's a beautiful little stream going out to the ocean. There's a boat, and I would think this is the sun setting, could be the moon rising. Take a walk. Let the beauty of nature feed your soul. And it is important to go out into nature, and if you're in the northern hemisphere and you're moving from spring into summer now, I know we are, it's beautiful right now. And the amount of birds that are out this year in our area is just amazing. I can't get over how many birds are around. I keep thinking I have a bird CD on, and I don't have a bird CD on because they're that loud and chirping this year. So even if all you can manage for yourself is to get out and sit on a park bench, do it. You know, find some green somewhere, sit on the grass, walk bare feet in your backyard, anything that's going to connect you back to the earth and give you, it really does, it gives you energy. You can feel this energy coming from the earth, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a spark. So that's my reading for June 2012. I also want to let you know that I just got signed on to do a radio show, and I'm really excited. It's for Voice America, and I'll be on their 7th Wave station starting July 24th. There's going to be more information coming, and if you would like to find out that information as it comes available, or about the workshops that I'm running, you can connect with me through either my newsletters off my website at healingpossibilities.com, or you can go to my business page, Healing Possibilities with Tracy Makarenko, and you just have to like it, and then I'll be putting on messages about what's coming up and affirmations about moving forward in your life and about different things healing. And if you have any questions, you can question me through this Facebook page at Healing Possibilities with Tracy Makarenko. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope this reading has helped you today and for the rest of your month, and we'll see you in July.